In 2023, one decision destroyed a 56-year-old empire. It didn't involve oil prices. It didn't involve a recession. It didn't involve a pandemic. It involved shrimp, unlimited shrimp, for $20. Customers celebrated. Restaurants filled. And yet Red Lobster lost $11 million in just one quarter. It was one of the most financially destructive promotions in restaurant history, and it pushed a billion-dollar company to bankruptcy.
Seafood chain Red Lobster has been in hot water lately, declaring bankruptcy earlier this year, with some blaming its failure on an endless shrimp promotion that never actually ended.
By May 2024, Red Lobster was finished, over $1 billion in debt, losing millions every month, closing restaurants across America, and running out of cash. Wall Street had already moved on. Investors assumed it would disappear, another victim of a brutal new economy. But then, a 36-year-old walked into the bankruptcy and attempted something almost impossible, saving a company that was already dead.
Hi, I'm Damola, CEO of Red Lobster. It's a new day, and we're making changes we think you'll be happy with.
There was a time when Red Lobster wasn't weak, it was dominant. Founded in 1968, Red Lobster had one revolutionary idea: make luxury affordable. For most Americans, lobster was rare, expensive, reserved for the rich. Red Lobster changed that. They turned seafood into a middle-class experience, and America responded. By the 1990s, Red Lobster was everywhere. Hundreds of locations, packed dining rooms, massive profits. At its peak, the company generated over $2.6 billion per year. It became the largest seafood restaurant chain on earth. This wasn't just a business, it was an institution. But institutions can still die. The fall didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, then all at once. The first problem was demographic collapse. Red Lobster's core customers were aging. Older Americans kept coming. Younger Americans didn't. Millennials chose Chipotle. Gen Z chose fast casual, fast, cheap, convenient. Red Lobster was none of those things. Traffic declined year after year. Revenue stagnated. Then came the pandemic.
COVID-19 is impacting many businesses in a big way. Chris Martinez explains how it's affecting the restaurant industry.
And everything broke. Dining rooms closed. Cash flow collapsed. Losses exploded. Debt grew. By 2023, Red Lobster was drowning. Total debt exceeded $1 billion. Interest payments alone were suffocating the company, but management made one last gamble, and it would nearly destroy everything. Ultimate endless shrimp, unlimited shrimp, $20. At first, it looked brilliant. Customers flooded restaurants. Traffic surged. Dining rooms were full again. But there was one problem. Shrimp is expensive, and customers ate more than expected. Much more. Plate after plate, hour after hour. The promotion became a financial black hole. In just 3 months, Red Lobster lost $11 million from shrimp alone. It was catastrophic. The company didn't have the cash to absorb the losses. Debt increased, cash reserves collapsed, and bankruptcy became inevitable. In May 2024, Red Lobster filed for Chapter 11. Over 100 restaurants closed immediately. Thousands of workers lost their jobs. After 56 years, the empire had fallen. His name was Damola Adamolekun, 36 years old, and now CEO of a bankrupt company. This wasn't a promotion, it was a rescue mission. He inherited $1 billion in debt, hundreds of failing restaurants, collapsing sales, and a broken business model. Most executives would have walked away, but he didn't, because buried inside the collapse was something valuable: the brand.
I like the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
We got biscuits to go.
There's no replacement for the cheddar biscuits. I mean, there's no replacement for Red Lobster. It's a staple.
Despite everything, people still remembered Red Lobster, still trusted it, still loved it, and that meant it could be saved. But first, he had to stop the bleeding. The first decision was brutal: closures. Over 100 locations shut down immediately. The company shrank from around 700 restaurants to just over 540. This wasn't failure, this was survival, because many locations were losing money. Every day they stayed open. The company lost more cash. Closing them saved the company. Costs dropped. Losses slowed. For the first time in years, there was stability. But survival alone wouldn't save Red Lobster. Customers needed to return. Damola understood something most executives don't. Customers didn't abandon Red Lobster because they hated it. They abandoned it because it stopped making sense financially. It was too expensive, too slow, too outdated. So he changed everything. Menus were redesigned, prices were adjusted, fan-favorite items returned, operations improved, service improved, and slowly, customers came back, traffic increased, sales increased, momentum returned. For the first time in years, Red Lobster was growing again. But Red Lobster wasn't just fighting its past, it was fighting its competitors. Chains like Texas Roadhouse were exploding, generating over $4.6 billion per year, growing rapidly, taking market share. Fast casual chains were even worse. Lower costs, higher margins, faster service. Red Lobster had been built for a different world, and that world no longer existed. Damola didn't just fix the balance sheet, he reinvented the business for survival. By 2025, the numbers were improving. Losses shrank, revenue stabilized, profitability became possible. Bankruptcy had been avoided. The company wasn't dying anymore, it was recovering. Slowly, carefully, but genuinely, Red Lobster was alive. Red Lobster didn't collapse because people stopped liking shrimp. It collapsed because the economy changed, customers changed, and the company failed to adapt. But its survival proves something important. Companies don't die when they lose money. They die when they run out of time. Red Lobster almost ran out of time until one executive bought it more. Right now, Red Lobster still faces enormous challenges. Competition is brutal, margins are thin, and the future isn't guaranteed. But the company survived when nobody thought it would, because a 36-year-old walked into a billion-dollar bankruptcy and refused to let it die. If you value stories like this, subscribe and share your experience with the brand in the comments below. This is Brobson Business on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.